teaching your baby sign language. And here to tell us all about it, we have certified speech pathologist Megan McHugh. And such a great topic, because as a parent, I considered doing sign language for some time, but I didn't know enough about it. So help our viewers understand, what is the benefit of doing sign language with your little ones?
Absolutely. Well, signing with babies is really one of the easiest and most effective ways to communicate with your baby before they start speaking. So there's this long period of time between about 7 months and 2 years where babies have so much to say, and they really understand a lot, but they don't necessarily have the sophisticated oral motor musculature to clearly articulate sounds and words and phrases. So baby signing is kind of like a bridge, a communication bridge, in the same way that crawling can be a bridge between sitting and walking. And in fact, the research has shown that babies who sign oftentimes will speak sooner than their non-signing peers. They have larger vocabularies and they speak in longer sentences.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
And they go on to have better reading and spelling skills as school-age children.
So not only is it beneficial for the parent to understand what's happening with their child, what their child is trying to say, but it also sounds like a great developmental tool. As well for the child. Okay, so you kind of briefly touched on it, but tell us a little more about the age at which we really need to consider sitting down and teaching these skills to our children.
Right. Well, I generally recommend that parents start at about 4 to 6 months. You know, babies really awake for longer periods of time. They're becoming more aware of their surroundings. They're developing what's called joint attention, so they're able to attend to something that mom is talking about or showing them. But you know, it's honestly never too late to start unless your child is speaking in full sentences, right? So even toddlers can benefit from this. 2-year-olds can absolutely benefit from adding signs to their spoken language as well.
Excellent. Yeah, and like you had mentioned, even if they're starting to use some words, the beauty of being able to have that extra source of communication. Because we know that even then, even if they are using a word or two, they still struggle to put thoughts and sentences.
Right, and to understand them, right? And you'll find that babies who sign will often sign and speak at the same time, or they'll add to their spoken language with a sign at the end.
Wonderful. Okay, so then where do we begin? What are some of the signs that you suggest to people that they start with? What are the most likely to be used or most common?
Yeah, well, a lot of parents start with the same handful of signs, which the reason we start with them is because they're easy for babies to make. They're also very motivating. So that's things like milk and more and eat and all done. But what I found is that parents tend to kind of get stuck after those first handful of signs, and they're not really sure, well, how else can I benefit from baby signs? What else can I teach my child to say? And just to give an example, we were able to teach my son how to tell us when he was hurt, or when he was tired, or when he needed help. So those were, you know, really effective ways of him communicating with us, and he was able to use a variety of functions with his signs.
That's such great advice, Megan, because especially when you're saying hurt or that they're tired, I know typically as a parent we're trying to just gauge their response to try to figure out and guess. You know, what are they feeling? You know, because he's not able to really say it.
Absolutely.
But to be able to actually have that clear communication is so beneficial for both parties involved. Don't you think?
Absolutely. And you can teach them how to talk about their emotions. So you're feeling sad or you're feeling happy right now.
Oh, I love this on so many levels. Okay, so this is an opportunity too for people to learn and even figure out where to begin, because you have a workshop coming up.
I do. So my Baby Signing 101 workshop is on April 27th at the Root, and that really provides parents with everything they need to know to get started signing through the first year and beyond. So I go over language development, I talk about the top 20 signs I recommend starting with, and then I also go through some frequently asked questions, some do's and don'ts, and I help parents brainstorm.
Do people need to sign up in advance?
Not necessarily. It's recommended, and they can do so at my website, but I welcome drop-ins. That's totally
What's that website? We need to send people somewhere for more information.
Yeah, it's sacramentobabysigns.com. Pretty easy.
sacramentobabysigns.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the well-behaved babies, and thank you to you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bring Value Home at 9 a.m. right here on Sac & Co.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.